Hello, Bren Joy. It is so great to have you on the Respect My Region platform. So great to kind of meet you, even though unfortunately it's not in person like originally planned.
I know. Nice to meet you though.
So, what did you end up doing since Bonnaroo canceled? Did you end up getting any shows booked, or just kind of hanging out?
Drinking and sad. It's not. We just kept rehearsing. We are in the midst of preparing for tour as well. So we kind of reverted and we're like, okay, we're just gonna save the show. And come back strong for tour. It's sad. I was heartbroken. We were in the middle of rehearsal when we found out. So uh,
Oh,
I know it was the worst, but it's all good. It'll happen when it's supposed to happen.
yeah. So, do you have any more festivals lined up, or was that kind of your festival of the summer?
We're we're chilling out. I'm doing a bunch of writing the next 2 months before we leave for tour. So we're chilling out and we're gonna see people on the road, which is amazing.
Awesome. Yeah, tour. That sounds super exciting. Is there any like specific stops that you're most excited for?
Uh Toronto is crazy. I've never
Ooh,
been to Canada, so I'm excited for that. ATL, of course, Chicago. Um, yeah, I'm just excited. It's my first tour ever. So I'm
that's
very
so
gassed
awesome.
I'm like geeking out a little bit. I'm like, so it's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. I'm excited.
Awesome. I'm definitely going to try to make it. So, you grew up in Nashville, born and raised, or just raised there?
Born and raised.
Born and raised. So, one thing that I've learned from writing a lot about music is that where an artist comes from, like, really influences their sound and even like their career. How do you feel like Nashville, Music City, influenced your sound?
I think it made me fall in love with live music. I think it really is a city that is everyone is so intellectually gifted. There's so many writers and poets and authors and so many incredible people here that know how to express themselves through words, and that kind of really gets embedded in you. Every corner you turn there's live music, and it's this idea of a city where if you can't hop on a stage and make people smile and create a memory, like what are you doing it for? That's like the whole essence of Nashville, I think. And um the South definitely has a different sound than the coast, I would say, than the North, than West, whatever. But yeah, it's affected everything I do, I feel like.
So, how would you kind of describe that sound then of like the South and Nashville?
Big. I would say a big. The South has a way of making you feel at home when you're not at home. It
Hmm.
has. It's like I say like Nashville. I would describe it as like if you took this really like gorgeous, those like really modern like concrete houses that are all glass, that you're like,
Hmm.
who would live there? You take one of those and like put your grandma's furniture in it. Like that's like the essence. It's like modern but really old at the same time. And it's this really cool idea of safety. Like it feels safe. I don't know.
Yeah, that's awesome. Nashville is really like such a unique city, and you definitely described it well. Like I went there a while ago, but pretty much the first time a couple months ago, and I was like so surprised that the town was so like so much old stuff and stuff that's been around for a while, but then there's like so much new stuff being built there. It's like it's insane how rapidly it's growing there. So I'm sure that's been crazy to see growing up there.
It's nuts. It's wild, but it's really cool though.
Yeah. So, is there anything that you would like to see more of in the music scene in Nashville?
Oh my gosh. I think just young talent. I think I would love to see a lot more R&B, a lot more hip hop, a lot more jazz. Like I think there's so much growing that Nashville still needs to do and can do. Um yeah, I think that's everywhere though. I think just my generation and the younger generation are really pushing out some weird ass music.
Yeah.
No, but like that's the point, you know, like that's the point of music, is to grow and to challenge people's ears. And I do feel like at some points Nashville's a little bit safe. So I think we can, you know, there's some room to grow for sure.
Yeah, for sure. And definitely gonna see more of that because I know like so many people are migrating from like LA and New York to Nashville because
Oh
it's like
no.
all the music there, but a lot cheaper, even though the
Yeah,
prices are probably gonna go up now.
I know it's the worst. It's the worst.
But yeah, I'm sure it's gonna turn into even more of a mixing pot over the next few years.
Fingers crossed.
So your music, you incorporate all these different genres and sounds. What are some of your favorite elements to use from different genres outside of like R&B?
Oh, that's a good question. I I love a rock snare. I think drums from different genres are always really interesting. I think writing styles too. I think R&B is a very uh I'm not gonna say it's a very love driven, you know, genre. Uh
Hmm.
and I think using R&B to talk about things other than, you know, love or sex or anything is really always really compelling. And it's really cool. R&B is the essence of R&B, you know, is to hit you, you know, it's to make you feel something. That's the point of R&B. And when you're able to do that and talk about different things, you know, that's really cool. I don't know. I love hip hop has incredible metaphors, and so does country. Country music has some incredible lyricism. So I think that's always something I'm inspired by, especially being in Nashville, being like, that concept is crazy. Yes,
Hmm.
yes. So I don't know. Different.
Yeah, I think we're gonna see a lot more country in all of the music going ahead because you're so
Yeah.
right. Like I feel like people that don't listen to country, like they're so unaware of like how like deep and all the metaphors and stuff within country that if you like transfer that over hip to like hip hop or something, like it'll hit. Okay, so spill the beans on your latest single Headline. Can you tell us like anything about who this romantic-y song is about or
Ah! Not about anyone specific. It is. It was a fling I had,
Okay.
a hookup, something really. You know, the point of Headline. I wanted a way to be very vulgar without being very vulgar. You know,
Hmm.
the song itself really pushes and pulls. Um, yeah, I can't. I don't. I'm so private about who I'm talking about or what I'm talking about. But I will say, yeah, it's one of those situations, you know, where you get a little drunk and you feel one of your friends, you know, and you
Hmm.
feel like I'm. Yeah, it's one of those situations. But yeah, headline is a song that is one of my favorites I think I've ever made. Not only because of you know, I wrote it, but I think it's just um it really challenges the listener a bit. You know, it's completely different, I think, than anything I've made. The chorus is, you know, different than any vibe I've made. It's not that singy of a song, you know, it's just
Hmm.
so many cool blends, and the lyricism is insane in it, I think. And yeah, I don't know. It's a special one for sure. Live, it hits incredibly as well. Um, so yeah.
Yeah, I love the lyrics. That's why I had to ask. I was like, it's just so well written. Just it flows so well.
Thank you. Yeah, I was crushing a little bit. So I've still been crushing, I will say. So a lot of the music, I have I have good inspiration right now. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah,
It's cool.
yeah. Those little love flings are always the best inspiration.
Oh my gosh, you feel all good inside, and every day you wake up like a Disney movie. It's great.
You're like, oh, good morning, text.
No, go crazy. Why?
Yes. So, how do you feel like joining the Warner Music family has impacted your career?
In every way. Warner is, first off, the name of Warner is iconic, you know,
Hmm.
um, everything it represents. But I think they're a company that is really pushing to create the next generation of stars. And I think they already have, you know, some of the next generation on their roster currently, and they're proving that. And I want to be a part of that. I think it really, being on a label like Warner really pushes you, and they really do encourage individuality and being
Mhm.
unique, being your true self, which is something I have struggled with in the past. So yeah, it's amazing. It's definitely been influencing everything I do and how hard I go, and you know, me pushing and pushing the creativity and causing a conversation. I think that's been the whole essence of 2020 and 2021, is like causing a conversation. And I'm taking that into next year too. I want my music to cause conversation and to just hit people. Yeah.
Yeah, it will, no doubt, no doubt, especially on that tour. Is there any Warner Music artist that you want to collab with? Sorry to put you on the spot.
No, I think one that I really, really do respect, IDK, I think is amazing.
Yeah,
Uh,
he's really good.
he reminds me so much of one of the first Childish Gambino records I've heard was Bonfire.
Hmm.
And I remember being I used to have a kind of a viral Tumblr page back in the day.
Nice.
And I was one of those people that used to have the full pages. I used to code my own page. It was crazy. And I was making money from it too, which is wild. But
Wow.
I remember seeing Bonfire, and I listened to that song, and I was just like, this is the craziest shit I've ever heard.
Hmm.
It was Childish Gambino, Theophilus London, and Kid Cudi. Um, anyway, I get off topic. My ADD. IDK is amazing, and he reminds me so much of young Childish. And he's so weird, and he's not afraid to be a weirdo in his music. And so, yeah, I love at some point, you know, if the stars align, and it's the right song, you know, hopefully we can grab some shit.
Yeah, I hope to see that. I love IDK. Like, you should check out, if you already haven't, his latest. He was featured on a track with Sad Night Dynamite, which is this like uh UK duo that kind of came out of nowhere in 2020. They're so dope. And I don't know, or is it pronounced I don't know, or IDK?
I I don't know. I
I
think
don't know.
I'm not sure though.
Yeah, but you should definitely check out that song. It's really good. So I wanted to ask about this. So I was watching your kind of like introduction, learn about you video earlier, and you mentioned how you like to drink pineapple juice pre-show. Like, I'm so curious about that. Like, does that not like scratch up your throat or anything?
No. I don't know where I learned it from, but I learned it and it changed my life. I was doing one show and one of my friends was like, yo, like I drink, like pineapple juice is supposed to help your throat. And so all of us, or this was my first show I think I've ever was gonna do in Nashville. And so we all just chugged those mini cans of pineapple juice. But no, it's supposed to serve as kind of like a lotion to your throat. But it can't be cold because you can't drink anything cold when you're about to sing.
Hmm.
Or in general, I heard like cold water is bad. Anyway, uh, but yeah, I don't know. It works. It works for me amazingly. It's not too acidic, and yeah, it's great. Pineapple juice.
Mm,
Let's try it.
interesting. Yeah, I've heard like honey, but not pineapple juice. I thought that was interesting.
It works.
I don't sing, so I don't think, I mean, I could try it, but it's not like it's
Oh, yeah,
gonna
just do it before
prove
the
anything.
shower or something, though.
Yeah,
Just
before I sing in the shower. I'll try it out. I love acidic stuff. So, okay, so now I have like a few kind of less serious questions. So I'm very curious because in the previous emails when I was chatting with your team, they said that you love Respect My Region and weed and all of that. So I wanted to ask you a few questions about weed, if that's cool with
Oh,
you.
let's go.
Okay,
No
dope,
one has
dope.
ever asked me about this subject, so I'm like, okay, let's go. I'm stoked.
Awesome. I was so excited to ask in person. I was like gonna put together like kind of like a 21 question thing and just like go through all of them with like all the different artists, but it's okay. So my first question, what is your go-to cannabis strain?
Uh, okay, I'm a big big indica guy, you know.
Okay.
Because I'm not like I can't go out and smoke, you know. So
Okay.
I'm saying my favorite brand ever is Jeter's. I
Hmm.
I don't have you ever had them?
No. Where is that? What's
Your life is about to change. The brand is Jeter's. They create these mini like pre-rolls that are like coated in like
ooh,
essential oils and then anyway, yeah, I'm an indica guy, but yeah.
awesome. Yeah, I love me an indica. So, okay, so I assume that's flower, or what's like kind of your main form of consumption? Like you like to smoke the pre-rolls or
The pre-rolls for sure. But you know, if I'm out at a party, I like to roll. It's fun. Like, you know,
yeah.
you put your little tray out and everything. It's a moment. So yeah.
Yeah, rolling's a whole experience. Do you prefer rolling joints or blunts, or are you like a hemp wrap guy, or like
I prefer joints unless you go to unless you go to the gas station and you get, your whole little white grape.
okay, so I love hearing about people's first time smoking. What's your story? Like, what's the story of your first time smoking?
Oh shit, it was Bonnaroo.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, we did a lot more than smoke, but it was Bonnaroo, Major Laser, and because I used to not be a big smoker because I get very anxious.
Hmm.
Uh, However, I smoked and I was like, oh, okay, I don't feel nothing, you know? So I took like 4, 5, 6 hits. And I swear I just met Jesus that day. It was crazy. I was so fucked up. And then I went to Bonnaroo and I was seeing Major Lazer and I was just like the whole time just not it was nuts. But ever since then my life has changed because that was the first time I've like smoked and had fun,
Hmm.
you know. It's the first time I smoked, but like I just had associated with, okay, you only smoke if you're sad. So,
Okay.
so it's great.
That is so awesome. I don't think I would be able to handle that as my first time. Mine was like at my friend's house, like typical high school kids.
Oh, you can't do it where you can think though. Like the only reason I did it was
Yeah.
because I was like, okay, I'm watching something, like I'm not gonna think about the fact that I'm high, so it's gonna be great. And it was, you know.
Yeah. So what do you have to say to the people that are skeptical of trying weed because they might be afraid of anxiety or whatever?
You just gotta find out, being in Tennessee, you can only buy from, you know, the people you buy from. And so I think it's
Hmm.
just educating yourself on, there's so many things. I can't smoke. My thing is I can't smoke while I'm working. So like I'm
Hmm.
probably not gonna smoke the whole time on tour, anything like that. But you just gotta find what works for you. There's so many different natural ways to calm yourself down. And I think that's what's so amazing about the legalization of it, is it helps people and you don't have to use these chemicals, or exactly what you're getting, because you either grow
Hmm.
it, or I don't know. It's a lot safer than meds and stuff. And you just gotta educate yourself.
For sure. And if you want to get educated, head on over to Respect My Region. We got you. We educate you.
Wow, wow, plug it. I love
Plug.
it.
Okay, so if you were chilling with a group of friends and they handed you the aux cord, what's the first artist that you're putting
uh where are we at?
on?
Like,
Okay, you are in the car, driving with the windows down, heading to go to the lake.
okay, first song I always put on is Redbone. I feel like
Okay,
like
that's
that's the
fire. I see
first.
it in the background.
Yes, have to. I feel like if we're going to the lake though, like I'd put on like something a little more beachy. I don't know. I don't know. Like something chill, something fun. Maybe Marky Basie has some of his early stuff is incredible. So maybe like his or Mac Ayres. No, Mac Ayres for sure.
Word. So
There
I'm
we go.
curious, this kind of just popped in my head. So like when you're with your friends, like, and you're blasting music in the car and stuff, like, are you singing along, like fully singing, or are you kind of like low key because you don't want your friends to
Oh
be
no,
like,
screaming. We're screaming
okay.
sounds god awful. I'm not one of those people to sing with friends and it's good. Like that's the only time I
Okay.
scream and just not worry about it. So no, I'm a screamer. I'm a dancer. If we're in a club, you know, and a song comes on, like that's the point.
I love it. I love it. On that note, this is another question I had written for another artist, but I'm curious what you would say since you mentioned dancing in the club or whatever. But is there any like DJs that you would like to see like remix any of your music?
Oh, K Tronada, for sure.
Yes, that would
K
be
Tronada is
sick.
one of my favorite producers in general. Childish Gambino as well. I don't know if he considers himself a DJ, but Childish Gambino is one of my favorite producers of all time as well. And so I feel like something from him or K Tronada are like FKJ,
Yeah.
FKJ as well. But yeah.
Yeah, that would be amazing. I love K Tronada. So my last question, very, very serious question.
Okay.
So if you could be reincarnated into any animal, which animal would it be?
Huh. Where am I at in the world?
Where are you at?
Because it
I don't
matters,
know,
you know?
Nashville.
Like
Well,
I
I
don't
mean, it
want to
could be any
reincarnate.
animal.
I don't want to reincarnate like into like a polar bear in like Australia or something, you know?
See,
Like
no one's ever questioned that. No one's ever questioned the
like it
location.
matters. No, I think I'd be a dog. Dogs have the best. Most dogs should. No one hates dogs, you know. Like
Yeah.
I feel like I'd be a dog or like a I don't know. I feel like a parrot has a pretty good life, you know.
Okay. Fair
Yeah.
enough. I mean, some parrots like have their wings clipped and they can't fly.
Oh
So
shit.
yeah, but a lot of literally like most of the people I ask have said dog. It's so funny to me, but like literally same. Why wouldn't I want to be a dog? Like
Yeah, you
that's literally the
great
best
life.
life.
You still get to eat human food.
Mm-hmm. You just get all the love, no work. Yeah, that was all my questions. Thank you so much for chatting with me. This was so great. I really hope I can make it to one of your shows.
You know,
If it
gotta
lines up
meet.
with dates, I'll definitely shoot an email over.
Definitely should. Definitely should. I appreciate you. It was fun.
Yeah, this was awesome.
So much love. So much love. I appreciate you.
Appreciate you too. Have a good one. Thank you.
Easy.
Bye.
Bye.